Hey guys, it's Naveda. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a little bit of meal prepping and then also just like getting stuff ready for the week, cooking, and so I figured I would pull out my camera and show you guys a little bit of like what my go-to meals are, how to meal prep, especially because now it's post-wedding, post-birthday. As you can see, I still have like my Mandy starting to fade. I need to get back on track, and so I bought a lot of groceries. As you can see, it's just like a bunch of veggies. Then I have my side of kind of carbs, so potatoes, pasta, all that stuff. And then I let myself have my cheats, so a bunch of frozen stuff too. I do eat a lot of kind of processed fake meat, but I try to do it where it's like I'm putting it on the side along with some, you know, veggies or rice and veggies, whatever it is. In any case, I have a lot of work to do today, so I'm just gonna have you guys tag along. There's a few new recipes that I really like. For example, my marinated baked tofu, I've kind of revamped a little bit and it is so good. So I'll show you guys that, and let's just get started. First, it's coffee, always coffee. I've had my Nespresso machine for a little over half a year now, and it is very literally the best thing that's ever happened to me. I'm saving so much money, especially in terms of like buying outside coffee, mainly because I don't like coffee, I like espresso. So when you're gonna get a latte or cappuccino outside, it's so much more expensive. So I just make it at home. But today I'm actually making just like this chocolate fudge coffee. I'm gonna start off with breakfast. I have been craving a little bit of an unhealthy breakfast, so that's what I'm gonna make today. Once that is done, and after I chill for a little bit, I'll probably get started on meal prepping and cooking. Random plug, I actually also wanted to bring up the fact that I love, well, these are my little indoor slippers. I love the fact that like oversized loungewear and sweatsuits are in right now. I just got these from Misguided, I think it is, and so they have like a very comfortable waistband. They're a little bit of a thinner material, but they are a jogger style, but it's perfect for like spring, summer. And then the t-shirt is just so comfortable, and then also the whole like loose t-shirt, biker shorts. Love this. Django, you're making too much noise, bubs. Hello. Everybody misses you. Yeah. Oh, you're a good boy. Look at all this. All right, breakfast sandwich time. I store my bread in the freezer just so that it lasts longer. And then I actually just heat it up in my air fryer. This is the best machine in the world. So I have the, I pretty much do everything on my air fryer. It's pretty ridiculous. I have the, I guess while I'm talking, I can let it pause. I have the Kasori one, which it's actually the first brand I got and the only brand I got. So I had one for all of vet school and then moving into New York, which if you go back and watch any of my old videos, I use it in pretty much every recipe. After, you know, how many ever years, it didn't break, it just started to not function as much as I wanted it to. So I got the more updated version, which I will link in my description box down below. But this is the best machine ever. I pretty much do everything I need to in terms of heating food up in my air fryer, including toasting bread. So like when my bread is close to being done, I'll also throw in my Just Egg patty and the Beyond sausage into the same air fryer, heat that up all together. I put like chapati in the air fryer. Anything frozen goes in the air fryer, pizza, reheating food, anything that's not like soupy and needs to be in a plate pretty much goes in my air fryer to heat up. I do not use a toaster oven, I don't use a toaster. If something doesn't fit in my air fryer, then it goes in the conventional oven. Other than that, I use a stove, a microwave, and my air fryer, and that's pretty much it. And this brand, Kasori, has been like great for me and reliable, so I do recommend that. There's a ton of brands out there, so like just do some research, but this for me has worked so great. I got my parents one too, and they love it. This is the egg patty, fake egg patty that I'm using, and then the fake sausage. Both are amazing and pretty much taste like the real thing. This is not my everyday breakfast. I'm like, don't eat this every day because obviously it's processed, it's not the healthiest. I usually do avocado toast every day, but it's my day off, so I'm making myself a little cheap breakfast. I am gonna meal prep right now. Meal prep for me doesn't always mean like cooking food, but just having things chopped up and ready to go makes such a huge difference for me. So I'm gonna take pretty much all of the veggies in my fridge and kind of cut them up and store them, and I will just speed you guys through all of it. A huge thing that I do, which is actually saving me a lot of money, is anytime I order like takeout from Chinese stores or like Indian stores or wherever, I like save all of the Tupperware that it comes in, and so it helps me just for like food storage. I'm not reheating in it or anything like that, and I'm also not like going out and buying extra plastic and kind of repurposing things I've already bought. So let me just find a good place to set you guys up, and we will just like fast forward through all of it. I'm probably going to be listening to a podcast while I'm doing it, so hopefully I find some decent music to throw on in the background. Alright guys, while we're here, I'm gonna make my tofu nuggets. Basically just baked tofu. I just have like a revamped version of it, which is so delicious. You guys have to try it. I'm so lazy with tofu, so I don't drain it. I feel like it ends up being fine. I try to get a little bit of moisture out of it just by kind of like squeezing a paper towel on it and getting as much moisture initially out of it. But you need a little bit of moisture, especially when you're marinating. So instead of needing to use like excessive oil to mix all my dry ingredients, I just let the moisture of the tofu do its thing. I don't know, it works for me. It's super flavorful still that way. I over bake it anyway, so it ends up being the consistency I want it to be, like a little bit more chewy and meat-like. I actually don't know why I put it in here, because I wanted to put my marinade here, so let's redo this. Alright, tofu marinade. I don't measure, I just kind of eyeball it because I've been doing this for quite a while now. I do a little bit of olive oil, a good amount of liquid aminos. You absolutely need to add liquid smoke. You need some kind of acid, so you could do rice wine vinegar or apple cider vinegar. I do apple cider vinegar, just a splash. And then key, super key ingredient is Dijon mustard. So I add a good blop of that in. Any form of heat. So if you want to use hot sauce, I actually have some spicy harissa from some like Mediterranean takeout that I got. And then comes your dry ingredients. So I have a little bit of cumin, a little bit of onion powder, a garlic pepper salt combo. So this is what I was trying to say before, like clearly this doesn't look like that much marinade for me to marinate all the tofu in, but the tofu already has so much water in it that it will mix, it will kind of release its water and mix into this marinade. And so because of that, I make this marinade a little bit more on the salty end, but now that we have all the water from the tofu going in there, it'll kind of balance itself out. This is the super easy part. The reason we put it in Tupperware is now I can very literally mix it by just going back and forth, and I get all of the tofu kind of coated on each side. And then I will let this marinate for like maybe an hour, and every 15 minutes I will change it from being this side up to just laying it like this. That way, as the tofu releases its water and stuff, I am like constantly switching it so that it really soaks in all of the flavor. I don't know if that makes sense, but I've been doing this for like years now, and like it always ends up coming so deliciously. I'm not losing out on flavor by not pressing my tofu, so I like the way that this works. I am just doing some work and studying a little bit, and I got hungry and I didn't really feel like making anything, even though I've been kind of meal prepping all day. So I just heated up some food from home. I cooked up some brown rice earlier, so I have some plain brown rice, some dal makhani, some benda ka poriyal, and then this is vattakarmbe, which like I don't even know what the good translations for them are, but either way, gonna eat. So hungry. Alright guys, last up I'm going to show you guys how to make my one pot pasta. So I just heat up some olive oil. This is my only pan from our place and it is all the hype. I love mine. I use it for everything and it is seamless. Like, this is not sponsored. I've spent full price on this pan and I love it. Add in a lot of garlic and a lot of onion. Let them really do their thing and cook down. Then add whatever veggies. I'm keeping it a little simple. First of all, jalapeno pepper, that's not even a veggie. I'm just adding mushrooms. And then later on I'll add some spinach, nothing crazy. For seasoning, I'm doing a little bit of garlic salt, red pepper, and a ton of basil. Alright, so now we will lift all of these flavors off the bottom of the pan by adding a nice can of diced tomatoes. And then I follow up with a similar amount of just water. You can use vegetable stock too if you want to. The last seasoning, which is my secret ingredient, is again liquid aminos. I use this for everything. Obviously, taste it first. Make sure you're putting enough or not too much because it is very salty. But this gives it like a whole different flavor profile. And then in goes my pasta because I am doing one pot. It'll all cook together. Super easy. And then just throw a lid on it. Let it simmer for like 20-30 minutes. While the pasta is cooking, I am going to air fry the Beyond Meat little meatballs. And I very literally just dumped a few in the air fryer. If you guys have an air fryer already, my little trick is I actually line the inside with aluminum foil and then put the rack in. It just saves up on cleaning time because obviously all the oil and the grease kind of soaks through. So if you don't have that foil underneath there, all that oil will seep through and you're constantly gonna have to wash both the tray and also like the holding part of it. This way you could just throw out the foil when you need to and replace it and then kind of clean everything less frequently. In any case, I am going to just air fry the meatballs. Okay, are you ready to see these cooked meatballs? Oh my god. How delicious do they look? Then we add a ½ cup of nutritional yeast into pasta. And then last but not least, a whole bunch of frozen spinach, which I have to do with 2 hands, so we'll be right back. As you can see, I'm just mixing it up really well. The pasta is basically cooked at this point, so right now it's just making sure everything's mixed. Do your last final salt check. Last but not least on my list of things to do is cooking this tofu that has been marinating for, it's actually been like 2.5 hours right now. So I'm gonna show you the trick that makes this like the most amazing tofu, nuggets, baked tofu, whatever you want to call it. And that is basically getting yourself some nutritional yeast and coating your tofu before you throw it in the air fryer. This is actually a quick trick that one of my friends told me, so I will not take credit for it, but it's life-changing. That is it. Tofu in the air fryer. I'm telling you, I use this air fryer for everything, as you can tell. Kasori, if I'm gonna name drop, that link will be in the description box down below. I cook it for the full 15, that's like an automatic setting, and then based on what texture it is when it comes out, I might put it in for another 5 minutes, but keep in mind I like to over bake mine a lot. Tofu nuggets are done. They're so nice and crispy, so I am just going to pack all of this away in the fridge. That was pretty much it for meal prepping, cooking a few meals. I hope that you guys like this video. It was just something really quick. I honestly wasn't initially planning on filming, but how easy is it to just pull out my camera. If you try any of these recipes, especially the tofu and also the one pot pasta, let me know in the comments below. Hopefully you guys like it, and if you have any tweaks to it to make it even better, let me know. But other than that, I will see you guys in my next video, and yeah.